Namaskaram. Welcome to my channel VPK Nutrition Mind Body Healing with Pushpa. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the winter routine. We are in December right now, expecting the cold, damp weather soon. So I wanted to give you about 8 tips to help yourself stay healthy during this season. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about winter routine. Now, we are in the beginning of December, which is the beginning of the overlap between the fall season and winter, which is coming up around the 21st. So again, this is the time when things start to change and people start to get more and more sick with colds and coughs and things like that. So we definitely need to make some changes. So what happens? 3 things. One is the Vata is accumulating and has aggravated quite a bit by now. If you haven't already protected yourself, the Kapha, which is increased more because of the dampness of snow and rain, starts to accumulate in the body. So to compensate for all of this, the Agni or the metabolic fire is also increased in the body so that you don't fall short and then have problem with indigestion. So the nature also somewhat helps us with this. However, we still have the responsibility of adapting certain diet and lifestyle changes so that we don't allow ourselves to get even sicker. So these are some practical tips that I'm going to be sharing today so you can make those adjustments and feel healthy and enjoy the holiday season. So I'm going to use my emoji to do that today. So stay tuned. Number 1, in winter, the sunrise is a little late. So you can also wake up a little bit late, maybe around 7 o'clock, and then get started with your morning routine. Number 2, you will proceed with your morning routine. And I have shared a video about this and you can watch that later on. I have the link in the description. So this would include starting with the tongue scraping with a tongue scraper to remove the microtoxins, then brushing your teeth with an astringent toothpaste or tooth powder, splashing some water in your face to cleanse your face and eyes, and also oil pulling with some sesame oil. Number 3, Abhyanga or self-body massage with warm sesame oil is definitely indicated if you have dry skin. And again, after that, soak for about 10 to 15 minutes and then take a warm shower. You don't even have to use soap, or if you want something to cleanse, you can use some chickpea flour or moong flour to rinse it off. Number 4, take a brisk walk outside for a little bit, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Again, it's good to get that exposure to sun during the winter. Otherwise, that could lead to a lot of depression. But if you're not able to go because it's too cold where you live, then definitely you can walk inside the house and try to sit near a window to get some of that sun. Number 5, when you do go out, make sure you dress really warm with a nice coat covering your head, your neck and your feet. Again, 60% of the heat is usually lost through the head. So if you don't do that, you might fall sick and get a cold. So definitely you want to avoid that. Number 6, if you're used to doing yoga, then Surya Namaskaram is excellent during this time. Again, do Surya Namaskaram about 3 rounds on each side. You can do it at a quicker pace if you want to, but at least a medium pace is actually good to heat up the body. Number 7, if you know pranayama, then Kapalabhati, which is a kriya and a pranayama, and Bastrika are very good for heating the body. Again, you want to be very cautious not to overdo it because it can increase Vata and cause dizziness. So make sure you learn from a qualified professional. Number 8, diet. Probably the most important thing for all of us. Again, we want to follow a Vata pacifying diet like we did for autumn routine. But at the same time, we don't want to have too much oily because that can increase the Kapha in the body. So it will be generally warm foods and beverages. Breakfast should start with a warm meal. Some options can be like warm oatmeal or cream of wheat or the Indian version, which is upma or poha. and adding a little bit of spices and also cinnamon to it and a little bit of ghee. If you eat eggs, that's also fine, but make sure you put some spices in there and a little bit of ghee as well. And then enjoy some avocado with toast. So these are some options for breakfast. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, make sure you pick those in season as shown in the chart. Now, when it comes to cooking them, vegetables can be steamed so you get enough moisture and can be cooked with a little bit of spices like cumin, coriander, black pepper, ginger, cinnamon, etc. And you can season it with mustard seeds crackled in oil or ghee. Dairy products should be limited, especially which are heavy ones like yogurt, cheese, things like that, because they can increase kapha. And if you're prone to getting colds and coughs, definitely you would limit those things. But of course, you can always boil some milk with turmeric and cinnamon and drink it that way if you like. And a little bit of ghee is definitely useful to eat with your meals, but not too much. When it comes to beverages, you would definitely choose hot or warm beverages and not cold. You can make herbal teas using warming spices like cinnamon, cloves, and ginger. So try some of these options for diet and keep yourself warm and toasty. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. As you might have noticed, a lot of the tips that I gave you are very similar to the autumn routine with a few changes. So let me give you a brief recap. Number 1 was you may wake up a little later in the morning around 7 o'clock. Number 2, follow a good morning routine as given in my other video. Number 3, Abhyanga, self-oil massage to warm up the body. Number 4, brisk walking outside to get some sun. If you're not able to, do it inside the house and sit near a window for sunlight. Number 5, yoga, Surya Namaskaram is fantastic if you know how to do it. Number 6, pranayama, which is breathing exercise, could be Bastrika or Kapalabhati, are very heating in nature. Number 7, if you do go out, make sure you dress really warm, covering your neck, your head, and also your feet. And of course, number 8, last but not the least, diet is very important. Make sure you eat warm, cooked, freshly prepared foods and also hot beverages and not cold foods or beverages at all. So again, have a wonderful winter season. Enjoy the holidays. And again, protect yourself and keep yourself healthy. Thank you everyone for joining me. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like it, subscribe, and share this video with others who might be benefited. Have a wonderful week ahead and see you next week.